Hey guys, welcome to the Hype Mind. Today we're talking about tips for discipline. Whether you're working on discipline yourself, trying to get more stuff done, want to feel more productive in your life, this is the video for you. So first, I'm going to get right into tips. First tip I want to share with you guys is the first step for a reason, because that's the first thing when you get up, when you wake up, you jump out of bed. Right, as soon as you hit snooze, right, as soon as you lay there for an extra 30 seconds, it's going to ruin the momentum that you have. Right, even if it's an off day and you're trying to get stuff done, don't hit that snooze button. Get up out of bed. Start the momentum. Even if you're doing stuff throughout the day, keep the momentum going. Right? Keep yourself on task. And you want to add anything to that?
That's actually a good, that goes right into another good form of practicing discipline, right? Not just getting out of bed as soon as your alarm goes off, right? Getting out of bed on time. Getting out of bed early is also a really good way of, so it kind of goes hand in hand. Like the morning really does set yourself up for the rest of the day. It doesn't mean you can't have a bad morning and turn your day around, but it does mean that like you're going to have a much more consistent and lengthy quality day if you start the minute you wake up. Like Dan's talking about, tip 1, get out of bed as soon as your alarm goes off. Like, don't dally, don't hit snooze, don't think about it, just get up. And so, to go hand in hand with that is, sometimes you can do more than just get up instantly. You can get up even earlier than you usually do. That's a good form of discipline. That's self-denial. Sleeping when you want to sleep, not sleeping when you want to sleep.
And since it's the first thing of the day, it gets you off on the right foot. That's a great tip right there. It's getting up earlier, right? But that also means I wouldn't want you to jeopardize your sleep. So that also means getting to bed early too, to have that healthy balance. Next tip is preparedness. So being prepared. If you're getting up early in the morning, the last thing you want to do is having to decide what to do. Right? So 2 different tips here. Just being prepared, right? As like, I have clothes ready to go if I'm going to work out. I have, my work stuff so I can head out of the door. And then the third would be having a plan. You know what you're going to do. You're not deciding what to do, right? If you have options to choose from, right, your mind's going to stress out, and it takes energy.
Yeah, you want to know chosen those options the day before.
Yeah, absolutely. So write out your plan the day before. So those 2 tips right there, being prepared, having your stuff ready, and then also writing down a list of what you're going to do, what you're going to accomplish when you get up, in order.
Yeah, definitely. The more you can organize that, the better you're going to be. I know my most productive days are the days I planned ahead of time. The days I already knew everything I wanted to get done and when I was going to get things done, and when I set up myself to get those things done. The truck's already got gas in it. My gym clothes are out for as soon as I get out of bed, I'm going to put them on. They're all picked out. I know the outfit I'm going to wear. I'm going to do this at this time, and it's going to be for this long. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to go here, and this is the things I'm getting there. Like, the more structure, the more successfully you're able to move through your day, organized, and the better you're able to really push yourself and discipline yourself to meet that schedule. Hey, I got 15 minutes left at the gym. I need to finish now. Grind harder. And that's a practice of self-discipline.
I like that's a good one there.
It also forces you to continue to meet those deadlines.
Right, that's a good one there, is staying on time. Right, tip 4 is staying on time. So like if you do something, right, try not to have that leak on into your next task. If you're dividing your tasks by times, because maybe you have to get to the gym at a certain time, maybe you have to get work at a certain time, right? Try to keep it consistent. Stop it short if you need to, right? Just stay on task and make sure you're doing everything you need to do. The next step right after that,
And the other thing
you want to add
is,
one?
yeah, not even a tip, just a little helpful piece of advice when you're doing that. You know, meeting the time deadline is very important, but if you fail to meet it, move on.
Mhm.
Come back to it later. It's not worth messing up the whole rest of your
Right.
day because you made, you know, because maybe you didn't allot enough time, or you ended up doing more than you thought you would in that time window. Fine, drop it, move on. You know, when it's
Good
time to
point,
do
Andrew.
something, it's time to be somewhere else. Go be there.
Right. Because it has to do the same thing with momentum too. Just keep going.
Yep.
Going to the next thing. Fifth tip is not battle your will. It's basically to get rid of temptations for whatever you're not trying to do, or temptations for laziness. Create the environment you need to succeed. Create the environment you need to be successful. You know, if you're trying not to eat a donut, don't put a donut on your table when you get up. You know, make sure that's out of your home. Create the environment you need so you can stay on task and not be distracted.
Yeah. That's pretty self-explanatory. But the cool thing is, like, that kind of goes hand in hand with the prepare for what you got to do. You know, if you know you get out of bed and you're going to be groggy and it's going to make, it might slow you down, then you need to prepare and have that coffee sitting there for you so that you don't feel tempted to get back in bed, so that you don't feel tempted to go slowly and let that make you late for something. Prepare ahead of time, like we talked about earlier, so you can avoid those temptations to go back to bed and whatever
Mhm.
other things are going to pop up
Right,
depending on
right,
the
right,
scenario.
right. Got another tip too. And what are we on right now? 6?
Yeah.
6 is to switch it up. When
Yeah.
you have these habits daily and you keep going through them, right? You want to keep it exciting. You want to keep it a little bit thrilling, right? If you're doing the same old, it's gonna be hard to stay on task. Switch it up a little bit. You know, change up your breakfast, change up your workout. Still do the task, right? Mix it up, right?
Yeah.
Still accomplish the task. You want to. It's more beneficial to do something for the long run than to just do it for the short run. This is so you're enthusiastic about keeping your habits and staying disciplined long term.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't work out at the same time every day. Sometimes when I read, I'll read all at once. Sometimes I break it up and I'll have dinner in the middle of reading, or I'll go do something exciting and then come back to reading later. Keep it exciting. Great tip.
Number 7 is now
Familiarity. What's the saying? Familiarity breeds. I can't think of it. Basically, the more the same the process is, the more you completely keep that habit like hard set as the same, it becomes boring.
contempt.
Familiarity breeds depolarization.
Contempt.
What is it? Or
That was contempt.
disinterest? I don't think it's contempt, but it might be. It could be. I don't know. But yeah, the more you keep it consistently the same, the more you're going to get bored of it and be tired of
Mhm.
only ever doing
Right.
that. You're
Yeah.
going to wish it was different.
Okay. Before I go to number 7, something that high achievers like to do is to visualize their goals, visualize them succeeding. Now, number 7, I'm going to challenge you to visualize the actual work you're doing. Visualize you going through your day and accomplishing what you need to do.
Mhm.
The point of this is to focus on and make yourself believe that the process, right, actually getting the work done is more important than the success, because that's what's going to get you there. So try that. Visualize actually going through the motions. You can
Yeah, if you
visualize
could
the
see
set.
yourself,
Try, yeah, see yourself going through the motions. See yourself doing the work. See
you're gonna
yourself
believe you
staying
can
on
do it.
task. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Great point.
Another one, actually, this one's really good, is have a buddy. Tip 8, have somebody to keep yourself accountable. Right? If you're working out, grab a workout buddy, right? So you have another reason to go to the gym. So you got another reason to work out for, finish your
Meet
workout.
those deadlines. Yep.
Exactly. Have somebody diet with you. Have somebody get up at the same time. Shoot you a text, right? Have somebody there to keep you accountable. Yeah, one more for you guys. Number 9 is just creating balance. Right? It can be tough to just be disciplined in your life. So create that balance so it's easier for you. It's not about as much as being strong, like having a strong will, being able to avoid the donut, but being smart about it. Getting enough rest. When you're more tired, it's harder to stay on task.
Yeah.
When your
It's kind of
diet's all over the
rewarding
place,
yourself.
yeah, it's harder to stay on task. We talked about this in Tips of Happiness, is having a healthy diet, or eating healthy fats, right? Not eating sugars and carbs that are going to spike your, blood sugar, and just being healthy, getting your exercise, so your mood isn't swinging all over the place. So you can have that balance and you can blow through your tasks and not become distracted.
Yeah. And that kind of goes with what we were talking about earlier, where like you are changing things up. That's the same idea as the balance, right? Like if I have 3 hours of homework to do, that's boring most of the time. Sometimes it's exciting and I like to do it, but sometimes it's really boring. And so, taking a break and doing something I want to do isn't just rewarding, but it's permitting balance to exist, right? So it's like, okay, well, if I do this, I get this. Cool. There's the rewarding aspect of it. It's also just a natural balance where it's like, okay, well, I got to work, but I also got to fit some play in. I also got to treat myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So,
Andrew, great point right there.
and finding that mix for yourself. It
80-20 rule?
depends. It depends. I don't know what the rule is, but it really just comes down to what works for you, where you're being genuine with yourself and meeting your
Right.
needs while getting things done.
Oh, absolutely. I think
There's
that's
some
a
days
very
where I
important tip.
need to just sleep all day,
Mhm.
and so, I might need to sleep longer than I usually do. So that balance changes a little, but
Absolutely.
you know yourself. We don't know you as well as you do. The person who
And
best
that,
knows you is yourself.
yeah, that goes back to keeping the balance too, is like knowing yourself, right? Knowing how to keep yourself healthy, knowing
Know your
how to keep yourself,
weaknesses.
knowing your weaknesses too.
Yeah.
That's really good right there.
So to summarize it real quick, there's lots of other ways to discipline yourself, right? But these are just some little tips on how to be better about your day. Some little, I guess you could say, spoilers, or just what's the word I'm thinking of? Yeah, I mean, hacks. That's the word I'm looking for. They're just little hacks, right? If you do these things, you're gonna be able to form good habits, to have good practices, to get things done productively, right? They're just little ways to implement discipline in your own life so that you can successfully get through what needs to be done while also maintaining that healthy balance of doing what's good for you.
Right. So guys, use these tips, and thanks for tuning in.